Today we're going to make this LED light up 8 times by pressing this button. First, let's look at our code. We have our 3 variables, button 1 at port 2, LED 1 at port 7, and our third variable will check for the state of the button. It will be as 0 and later on change once we press the button. So we have our button 1 as an input and our LED 1 set as an output. So LED 1 will be sending out a signal, and then button 1 will be receiving a signal. In our main code, our first line checks for voltage from button 1 or port 2 and then stores it in button press, our other variable. So if we click our button, basically it will mark a 1 and store it in button press. This line here, right here, checks for the button press. So if button press equals 1, then it will execute this following loop right here. And this loop basically turns on the LED in this line, waits 500 milliseconds, turns off the LED in this line, and then waits another 500 milliseconds. 500 milliseconds is basically half a second. So let's run it again. This line checks for voltage from button 1. If the button is pressed, then it will mark a 1, and then it will run this line of code, or this loop, which will just turn on and off the LED 8 times. Now let's run it, check it. Nothing's wrong with it. Let's upload it, and then let's move on to our circuit. So here we have our button, just like the code, we have it set to port 2. So if we click this button, it will send a signal to port 2, and it will make it so that this port 7 will send the code to the LED. So let's do that. Let's do it again. Once it reaches 8 blinks, it will stop. So it won't do less than 8, but it won't do more than 8. That's the video.